Welcome back. I am Unapologetically Eric. You can catch me on Facebook at Unapologetically Eric or on X at Eric Not Sorry. Sorry for the delay of this episode. I've been a little busy. It's that time of year. Plus, after, work, coming home, my feet hurt, back hurts. I'm fucking old. And not really motivated after, starting some laundry and dishes and, adulting. But something happened this week that has been got an idea bouncing around in my head that's been irritating me for a while. But this past week, Rockstar Games released a trailer to their upcoming game, Grand Theft Auto 6, which has been long awaited by gamers like me. I am a gamer. I have been a gamer for since probably 1981, so we're going on a minute. I remember the old Intellivision, the Ataris, the ColecoVisions, the Nintendos, the other Ataris. You name it, I've probably played it. I'm not, so good that I can be pro. I'm not even close, but I am a gamer nonetheless. And I love Grand Theft Auto. And some of the critics of Grand Theft Auto kind of annoy me. Now, if you don't know what Grand Theft Auto is, let me sum it up. It is generally a violent game. You typically play a character that does violent things, criminal acts, from murder to assault to drug dealing to car theft, hence Grand Theft Auto. It's a game that's rated M for mature, 17 years of age or older. However, children play it. Interesting. So, it's a violent video game. It's fun. Well, how can a violent video game be fun? Obviously, you're not a gamer. And it's not a game for everybody. Some people play Fortnite. I'm not one of them. Some people like Minecraft. I'm not one of them. They're just not my thing. I like shoot 'em ups. I like sport games. Everybody has their thing, just like movies. Some people like rom-coms, some people like, action thrillers, some like horror. Other people hate that stuff. But the thing that has irked me is I've seen on social media, and again, this isn't just now, but I've seen it through the years, and especially about Grand Theft Auto, where people come out and they bitch. They want it banned, because that's what you do when you don't like something. Ban it. How about you fuck off? How about you just don't buy it? How about you don't play it? How about you don't listen to it? Oh, wow, what a fucking crazy idea that is. But I have played Grand Theft Auto from Grand Theft Auto 3. I played San Andreas. I played Vice City 4. The expansions for 4, which were The Lost and The Ballad of Gay Tony. And I have played Grand Theft Auto 5, and I will be playing 6. I will be dumping hundreds of hours into that game. Promise you. But one of the complaints that I've heard through the years, and I had to argue with a Karen probably 5 years ago, because they say, this game promotes violence against women. No, it doesn't, Karen. Sit down, shut the fuck up. No, it does not. In all of the games that I just listed that I have played for Grand Theft Auto, in the story mode, now Grand Theft Auto 5 also has online, but in the story mode, you are not required to assault, harm, hurt, rape, beat any female, computer person in any of the games. One caveat to that, though, is in Grand Theft Auto 4, there is a mission where you trick a woman because you show up, she's selling her car, and you trick her because you steal it while she's in the car. You do not have control of this situation. You are driving the car. She is trying to steer the car off the road, and you're just trying to control it. Without your control of your character does punch her in the head. You can't really see it until she's unconscious, because otherwise she's going to kill both of you. Okay, that is as far as I am aware. I've played them a lot. That's the only time where your character physically harmed a woman character. Again, you had no control over this. You didn't push a button to punch her or slap her or anything. So the other 99.99% of actions in the game has you do not have to kill or beat any woman. So sit down, Karen, you're wrong. Then I hear, it promotes violence in children. Did you not hear me like 3 minutes ago when I said it's rated M for mature, 17 years of age or older? So why is your 9-year-old playing Grand Theft Auto? Oh, you're a shitty parent if you're complaining about kids playing the game. Now, I know people that do allow their 9-year-olds to play, but they are also a parent where they tell their child, you do know that this is make-believe, right? That just like movies, it's not real, it's fake. To do that in real life, that's wrong, right? And you have your kid go, yeah, that's wrong. But it's a video game, so yes, it's fun, it's make-believe, it's imaginary. Just like you're not really G.I. Joe and you're really not Barbie. You play with G.I. Joe and Barbie, but you're not them, and they're not real. You're just living in fantasy, an imagination land, to quote South Park. So I know people out there are like, I would not let my 9-year-old play such a violent game. Okay, then don't let your child play such a violent video game. Call of Duty is also a violent video game. There's a lot of children playing that. Again, another game rated M for mature. But you're so concerned about Grand Theft Auto and video games are promoting violence. Then why are you letting your kids fucking play them? Why are you bitching? Did you know that when I was young, it was illegal to sell 15-year-old cigarettes? Guess what? I bought cigarettes at 15. Oh, wow. Because kids do things they're not supposed to do. Do you honestly believe that there's a 13-year-old out there that hasn't seen porn? Maybe if they're Amish. And I'm not even joking. Maybe. But most 13-year-old boys have boners 900 times a fucking day. They are thinking about it, and they are looking it up either on the internet or they found Daddy's Playboy. It's no different now than when I was a fucking child. So if you could tell your 10-year-old, I don't want you playing Call of Duty, I don't want you playing Grand Theft Auto, guess what? They're going to fucking do it. They're going to do it anyway because that's what kids do. They want to do what you tell them not to. Plus, it looks cool. It looks fun. Their friends are talking about it. They're ranting and raving about it. So teach your kids, hey, this isn't real. You know this isn't real, right? So another question to some of the people or parents out there that are a little wishy-washy on this. Do you let your kids watch the news? Seriously, serious question. Do you let your kids watch the news? Because playing a video game is make-believe. The murder, the death, the war, the rape, the crime that's on your television, on the news, that's real. So if you're letting your kids see images of police tape wrapped around a house or something, and they're talking about 4 bodies were found this morning, stabbed to death, 1 was beheaded, that's real. And you're allowing your kid to watch that, and that's real. But you don't want them to play make-believe in a video game. Get fucked. I mean, that's just, you're not thinking. You're not putting 2 and 2 together. You're just not. Do you let them watch the news where there's real violence, but you don't let them play fake violence? Play fake violence. Trust me, when your kids are not around you, especially boys, they're doing violent things. I mean, granted, they're not, lighting houses on fire and, murdering horses, but they're wrestling, they're pushing each other, they're punching each other, because that's what boys do. But at least if they have a controller in their hand and you're nearby, you can teach them that this isn't real. And most of the kids out there say, yeah, Dad, I know. Mom, duh, I know. I would never take a car and drive down the sidewalk, Mom. That's stupid. It's fun in the video game. It's hilarious listening to, people screaming and watching all the bodies fly out up in the air. That's funny. But I wouldn't do that in real life. That's stupid. Your kids are a lot brighter than you think. And when it comes to games, unless you have played them, you don't know. You're making assumptions. I can tell you on Grand Theft Auto 5, online, there are missions you do where your character, who you could create a male or female character, some of those missions do require you to shoot and kill both men and women of all different ethnic backgrounds. Equal opportunity offender. So if you don't want that, then don't let your kids play. You're going to listen to them bitch a lot, that's for sure. But get educated. Don't make stupid statements like, oh, it promotes violence. Well, I went online and I saw a study that said, shut up. Because you can go online and you can find a study that says that video games, especially violent ones, make kids more violent. And I can also go online and find studies that say that's wrong. I've already done an episode regarding studies. Just like a couple of years ago, you could go online and there was a study that said that the vaccine was safe and effective. And at the same time, you could find studies that say, no, it's not. It causes fucking blood clots and heart issues. Oh, well, that's just propaganda. Oh, fast forward to 2023, and yeah, some of those studies were a little accurate. But 2 years ago it was propaganda. But I digress. You can go online and you can find a study for A or B. You can find a study or an article or a website that fits your view, fits your narrative. And of course, because that's what you want, you're going to ignore all the others. You know your kids best. Does your child have violent tendencies? Do they have anger issues? Do they act out? Perhaps games like that might not be the best choice for them at their current juncture in life. Maybe when they're older. I don't know. It's not my kid, not my choice, not my decision. But to make a blanket statement that games like this create violence is stupid. Because I have been playing violent video games for decades. Tens of millions of people that are in their 30s and 40s right now have been playing violent video games for decades. Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Resident Evil. The list goes on and on. There has been violent video games for decades. I don't see children, teens, or young adults running rampant up and down the streets of every town across the country committing violent acts. Certain areas of the country, yes, but that's where the violent acts have always fucking been. Nothing changed. I found a study that said that playing violent video games actually reduces violent and aggressive behavior. But then again, I'm sure there's an article that disagrees with that. But hey, that was a study I found, and if it's my narrative, so fuck you, bigot. But seriously, some of this shit is dumb. Almost as dumb, I love this, almost as dumb as saying that soda makes children fat. But wait, it does. Kind of, but not really. Do you remember, this whole childhood obesity epidemic that popped off like 10 years ago and still raging, but nobody wants to talk about it? Video games actually does have something to do with that. I will give you that. People blamed soda vending machines in schools for making kids fat. They also blamed junk food vending machines. Now, granted, giving your kid a couple of Twinkies and a 20-ounce Coke probably doesn't help their diet. But it's not 100%. Having them come home from school and sit on their fat fucking ass in front of the TV with a controller in their hand, that's the problem. Because my friends and I know millions of people out there, when they were in between the ages of 8 and 18, probably 8 and 16, they ate and drank like shit. My friends and I would probably, on a normal summer day, consume 2,000, 3,000 calories just at lunchtime. We were thin as fuck. You know why? We were outside. You know that crazy place beyond the front door? The outside? That's where we were. We weren't sitting on our ass, eating pizza and Oreos and drinking Mountain Dew, getting fat as fuck, getting diabetes and wheezing to breathe by the time we were 12, because we were fucking outside. We were riding our bikes, playing football, baseball, frisbee, running around, street hockey, roller skating, you fucking name it, we did it. We went on adventures. We were outside burning 7,000 calories a fucking day. Every day we were outside. The rule in my house was if it's not raining outside, your ass ain't inside. We could not play the Nintendo, myself or me and my friends, unless it was raining out. And even then, it was, okay, you've been playing that for an hour, go out in the garage and play baseball cards or something. Get the fuck out of the house. You're not sitting in front of the TV. And that's what happens nowadays. Now, I blame a lot of the parents. Because I come home from work and I just want peace and quiet. Is your homework done? Then yes, you can go play video games. Just get out of my hair. I have things to do. Okay, and you do that every day. And now it's 5 o'clock. Dinner's not ready because, hey, you're busy. You got home a little while ago. You're doing laundry. Dinner's probably started, but, Mom, I'm hungry. I know, honey. Dinner's almost ready. But, Mom, I'm hungry now. Well, we'll have an apple. I don't want an apple. Well, instead of saying, well, then shut the fuck up, wait till dinner. No, here's some cookies. Here's some peanut butter crackers. Go sit on your fat ass, Billy. Yeah, that's what happens. Because you want peace and fucking quiet. No, don't get me wrong. I want my peace and fucking quiet, too. But I would not also give my kids candy and cookies and shit every day they wanted a snack. No, here's an apple. You don't want it? Okay, I guess you're not hungry enough. Because, no. I see you sitting on your ass. Go run around the house, do 10 laps around the house, and then you can have a cookie. Because you just burnt it off. But that's how it was when I was a kid. And I know some people that are like that even now. I'm my good friend, his kids, they don't sit and snack on cookie. Yeah, every once in a while they have a cookie. Every once in a while they have candy. But for the most part, no. You're going to have some grapes. You're going to have some apples. I'll cut up an apple. You know, here's a plum. You're eating fruit. Here, you want me to cut up some carrots? They're having carrots as a snack, not Twinkies. Because he doesn't want that happening to his kids. He lets them play video games, but they're also outside running around and playing and getting dirty, scraping knees. You remember what a scraped knee felt like? Does your 8-year-old know what that feels like? Because if not, you are failing as a parent. Don't park them in front of the video game. Less screen time, more air time, like outside air. But I just wanted to vent about this because there's so much ignorance when it comes to video games. People, I get it. There are a lot of violent video games, but they're also rated as such, kind of like movies. You wouldn't want your 7-year-old to watch Saving Private Ryan, would you? At least I wouldn't, because there's some graphic shit in that movie, especially in the beginning, when the soldiers were storming the beaches. There is some graphic shit. I wouldn't want my 7-year-old watching that. So the movie's rated R. You pay attention to the rating. If you're concerned that your kid might get violent tendencies, look at the rating. Don't give it to them. But trust me, they're going to be playing that game no matter what, because they're going to go to their friend's house. They're going to play it. You can't keep them in the dark for life. You just can't. Maybe sit beside them and watch them. Watch how they react to some of that stuff. If you're really concerned about your kid falling into violent tendencies, like I said, watch them and go, okay, you're laughing at that, but you know that's not real, right? Would you do that in real life? And I bet you the overwhelming vast majority of your kids would go, no, Mom, I wouldn't do that. That's wrong. That's mean. I'm only doing it on this because it's funny. Because I can. I wouldn't do that in real life. It's wrong. Which means you are a successful parent because you're instilling good things into your kids. Which is good. Double thumbs up for you, Mom. Great job, Dad. But we want these games banned. Fucking eat a dick. How about you take a spoon and shove it in your ass and eat shit? Because these games are going anywhere. In fact, they're only getting better. The graphics. If you are a Grand Theft Auto fan, even if you're not even if you're not even a gamer, just trust me. Go on YouTube and look up GTA 6 trailer. The graphics, bruh, it almost looks like a fucking movie. Like, legit. The detail, the shadows, photorealistic. It is fucking amazeballs. To the point where I am burning a week's vacation when that motherfucker comes out. Seriously, I'm sitting at home on my couch, not eating Twinkies, not drinking Mountain Dew, but my ass is parked playing that motherfucker. So, any hoozles, if you want to push back against me, bring it, bitch.